You've got to get the guns out of the hands of people that are getting killed. From the coronavirus to octogenarian, radical socialist, democratic socialist, this democratic nominating process is off to a sweet start. It's been over a week since Iowa, and they still don't really technically know who won. They think it's Buttigieg. I think he got most of the votes, but he didn't get to, which is sort of ironic here. He didn't get the plurality, if you will. So he won the most delegates, but didn't win the popular vote. Yeah, that's gonna bite them in the butt. So this is from the Daily Beast. I hate these CSs, but so they're voting in New Hampshire, but this Democrat just wants to jump off a bridge. That's the whole story, because I don't want to give this guy even more of a. It says New Hampshire's voting. I remember when it used to be an exciting day, even if my candidate didn't win. Which they are all men. See, it has to be some sort of gender equivalency. Usually didn't. I love both the reliable results and the expected little incidents. Memory serves, the video doesn't seem to be online. I recall Illinois Senator Paul Simon saying during his concession speech in 1988 that our platform was strong. Right before the riser he was standing on collapsed. Well, it's not exciting now. It's depressing. I'm depressed. Almost everybody I know, every Democrat anyway, is depressed. It's a mess. Iowa was a crap show, and it shouldn't be first anyways. It is. Deal with it. Suck it up, Buttercup. New Hampshire shouldn't be second. It is. Suck it up, Buttercup. It's totally preposterous, yet the party lacks the stones to tell these self-important second-tier states to go stuff it. Oh, so they don't matter because you say they don't matter. Ah, Thomas, you're a douchebag. The candidates don't look like winners. The party looks like it might be headed towards a face-off between a billionaire and a man who wants to ban billionaires. Neither of them really Democrats. And Donald Trump is going to be reelected. Most likely, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet on it, but only because the line probably isn't that good. You'd have to bet $200 to make $100, something like that. This is pretty interesting from MSN. It says, just hours to go. New Hampshire primary voters still can't make up their minds. Holy crap. How? It's pretty easy. Either you vote for the socialist or you don't. Remember on the debate on Friday night where the moderator asked, who has a problem with one of the candidates being a socialist? No one raised their hand, save Amy Klobuchar. She's like, yeah, I have a kind of an issue with that because making her sort of the moderate, even though she's pretty much right of Bernie Sanders by a few smidgens. I don't know yet, said Sarah Glass, a high school teacher from Hanover, New Hampshire. I'm super undecided. Standing a few feet away, Lebanon High School gymnasium, where Senator Elizabeth Warren was due to speak, Doreen Summers of Grantham acknowledged similar indecision. It's tough. It's exciting, but it's tough. And you want these people to run your health care. These people like this who can't make up their frickin' mind. Yeah, no. But coming out the heels of everything because Bloomberg's not even in this nominating process in New Hampshire. He's on Super Tuesday, which is like 3 or 4 states. Leaked Bloomberg audio shows him defending, throw them up against the walls, stop and frisk. Now let's go ahead and play this snippet of the old hair Bloomberg. Oh, it's 31 minutes. Never mind. Let's see if this is it right here.
95% of your murderers and murder victims fit one MO. You can just take the description, Xerox.
I'm sorry. What MO is that there, Mr. Bloomberg? Are you trying to say 95% fit a certain, gender or ethnic background? That's not very Democrat of you.
Just pass it out to all the cops. They are male, minorities, 15 to 25.
Uh-oh. Bloomberg just done... you done messed up now.
That's true in New York. It's true in virtually every city. And that's where the real crime is. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that get killed.
let's read it. You got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that are getting killed. Let me read that again, and I'm going to respond to this. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of the people that are getting killed. Think about that for a second, what he just said there. For people that are getting killed by other people with guns, you got to take the guns away from the law-abiding citizens who are about to die? Here, it's right here. You've got to get the guns out of the hands of people that are getting killed. Do you see this? You want this guy to be your president? Really? He's going to destroy the Second Amendment and possibly the First in the process. This guy's already shown that he'll take away your sugary drinks because you're too stupid enough not to understand that sugary drinks in large consumption is bad for you. No. Let's put this guy in charge of everything. Right.
She's going to, you want to spend the money, put a lot of cops in the street, put those cops where the crime is, which means in the minority neighborhoods. So
I don't agree with this. I don't think adding cops to the streets makes the problem go away. Matter of fact, I contend that more cops, if you will, makes things worse. Because cops are human beings like the rest of us. And you give human beings a little more power over the rest of the human beings, some things might bad happen. Not every cop is bad, but a lot of bad cops are entitled by the good cops that refuse to turn those in. But not going on to say, let's continue on this idiotic guy's rantings.
It's one of the unintended consequences is people say, oh my God, you are arresting kids for marijuana. They're all minorities. Yes, that's true. Why? Because we put all the cops in the minority neighborhood.
Again, arresting people for a plant that gets you high is kind of stupid. Okay? I don't understand this hard-on that some of these guys have now after numerous states have either decriminalized it or made it legal in the state. Obviously, federally, it's not legal. But we're going to throw people in jail because of a frickin' plant? Come on, Bloomberg.
Yes, that's true. Why do we do it? Because that's where all the crime is. And the way...
Oh, he said all the crime is in minority areas. Oh, this guy, woohoo, spicy.
Get the guns out of the kids' hands is to throw them against the wall and frisk them.
Really? Think about that for a second. You're walking down the street and you're minority, okay? And what happens? The cop just decides, hey, you're a minority in a minority area. Therefore, you must be guilty of something. Hey, kid, let me see your ID. Oh, what reasonable articulable suspicion, RAS, that I have to talk to you? Well, you're a minority in a crime-ridden area. Therefore, I get to strip search you, violating Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So is that where we want to go, Bloomberg? A police state? I think that's what you're talking about.
Because then they say, oh, I don't want that. I don't want to get caught, so they don't bring the gun. They still have a gun, but they leave it at home.
So they still have a gun, but they leave it at home. But they don't bring it on the street. See, I don't understand. So if the guy had a gun, but you don't know what's there, does he really have a gun? Again, it's kind of like the Schrodinger's cat. Is it dead or is it alive? But you don't know because you haven't opened the box. Therefore, we just need to throw everyone against the wall and frisk them and find out if they've got guns or contraband, if you will. You want this guy to be your president. Now, I know Trump said the same thing. I don't agree with him on that. Stop and frisk is not a good thing. You just can't stop somebody and demand ID and papers and make sure they don't have anything on them. That's not your job, police. Your job is to make sure that you stop crime. Them just having it on them, whether it's a crime or not, is insignificant. Arresting people just because you find something on them, yeah, I guess, But what did they do before you found him? You just stopped him and started frisking him? Really? And only in minority-controlled areas? Seems pretty racist to me. This is coming from a libertarian, for God's sakes. Messed up. The former mayor went on to defend why he implemented the controversial policy to keep the guns out of the hands of kids. Really? What kids? When if they're 18, that's not a kid. He argued that stop and frisk policy was necessary to save lives. Really? So, with that same mindset, we need to break down your door of your house, to go inside your house, make sure there's no guns and sugary drinks in your refrigerator because, to save lives. What a stupid argument. He says, I was totally focused on saving lives, but as we know, good intentions aren't good enough. As crime continued to come down, as we reduce stops, and it has continued to come down during the next administration. To its credit, I now see that we could have acted sooner and acted faster to cut the stops. He says, I can't change history. Today, I want you to know that I realized back then I was wrong. Of course you're wrong because you got caught. A spokesperson for Bloomberg's campaign could not immediately be reached for comment by the Post. Again, going over this, you want these clowns to be in charge of healthcare and in charge of gun control and stop and frisk, Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights? Oh, don't worry about them. You don't need them. Trust the government. Trust the government? I don't think so.